Hi, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to show you how to make the easiest cake ever. It's super moist and delicious. Everybody loves it. Little kids to old people, everybody in between. And it starts off of a boxed mix. Now I love to bake from scratch. I usually do, but I've got a few cakes that I start with a boxed mix and they're fantastic. So really I've been making this since I was 10 years old. My mom doesn't even know where she got the recipe, but oh my gosh, everybody loves this cake. It's not a dry Bundt cake. It is a moist and fragrant. Your whole house smells amazing, and oh my gosh. So all you need is a yellow cake mix. This happens to be Pillsbury. It could be any brand really. Duncan Hines, whatever's on sale, that's what I get. Then you need a 3.4 ounce instant vanilla pudding. Doesn't have to be Jello brand. I even a lot of times will buy at Smart and Final. They sell instant pudding in like a little bag, and then you get a lot more for your money. So if you use a lot of it, that's always really good to have too. Some vegetable oil, sherry wine, and this is a cream sherry by Fairbanks. I just buy this at Safeway. It's kind of the brand that's always there, so that's what I've always used. Some nutmeg. It doesn't matter what kind, just ground, and obviously the better quality you can get probably makes it taste better. And then 4 eggs. And you'll need some powdered sugar because at the end you dust it with powdered sugar. You will need a Bundt pan. The one I have looks like a flower, but the typical, normal Bundt pan, any kind of pan. I mean, you can even make these into cupcakes or little muffins, little mini bunts. I mean, whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. Just adjust your cooking time, obviously, down when you're making small things. And then you will need to grease your pan. And you can use like Crisco, but this is really hard with this many indentations and stuff. So whoa. So I have just sprayed this already with this. This is the pan with flour. And so what's nice about this is it really releases well. It just pops right out of the pan. I've noticed that when you first buy these pans, everything comes out, even when you use the normal pan. But later on, I found that when you've had them a while, you really need to use the kind with the flour. It just works way better. So let's get going, and you will not believe how fast and easy this is. Okay, here goes. All you need to do is put your cake mix in, add your pudding, instant pudding, and we're gonna add our 4 eggs. I found that the best way to crack an egg is rather than hitting it on the edge here, give it a firm wrap on a hard surface. That kind of makes the middle split, and then it's super easy just to break apart. And it's usually pretty consistent that it'll break nicely. Also, if you have time to get your eggs to room temperature, it'll make a fluffier cake. The other thing is, if you don't have time to bring your eggs to room temperature, just go ahead and soak them in some warm water, and that will bring them to room temperature. Not hot water, you don't want to boil them or cook them at all, but if you put them in some warm water, that'll bring them to room temperature pretty quickly. Then you take 3/4 cups of the vegetable oil, and it's funny, I know this all by heart, right? Because I've been making it so long. It's really funny. When I first started giving this recipe to people, I always did the nutmeg just kind of by feel, like just by how it looked in there. But since then I've kind of measured it, so now I know how much I actually need to put in there. Then we use 1 cup of the cream sherry. And the nutmeg. I won't just shake it in. I'm actually going to measure it. So this is 1 teaspoon. All right, that was it. Now you can use a hand mixer. I just use this because I have it. You want to mix this for about 2 minutes on a medium-high speed. This is all done mixing. Let me show you what it looks like. So it's a really nice kind of a light yellow creamy color. And we're just going to go ahead and put it right into the Bundt pan. And here, I hope you can see the consistency. It is rather thin. This smells so good. I know you're not supposed to lick the bowl because of raw eggs, but I'll tell you something. I did my whole life growing up and never got sick, and it was so good. But maybe the eggs and chickens are different now. No, we're not supposed to. So that's it. I'm going to put it in the oven that I preheated to 350 degrees now. It'll cook for 45 minutes, and then I'll show you what it looks like when we take it out. we'll powder sugar it up. And it's really a nice gift also to put on a plate to give to somebody at the holidays, or if they're not feeling well, or as a hostess gift or something. And honestly, it's very inexpensive. I think it probably costs about $5 at the absolute most to make this cake, because you can usually get cake mixes for about $1. It's probably about $1 for the pudding mix, and then you've got a cup of the wine, the oil, the nutmeg, and the 4 eggs. I don't even think that's $5. So also very inexpensive gift that everybody loves. Okay, the cake is ready, and this is what it'll look like when it's done. It's got a really nice kind of brown color to it. Oh my God, it smells heavenly. So I will go ahead and take that out now. So here it is, right out of the oven. I'm going to let it sit for about 10 minutes, then I'll put it onto a plate, and then we'll dust it with powdered sugar. And technically we should wait for it to cool a while, but I don't think my family, hey Danielle, hey wait, stop. Okay, they can just like smell when it's ready, and they just show up and are dying to eat it right away. So we'll take it out of the pan in just a minute. So before I put this onto a plate, I'm going to very gently go around this part here and make sure that the cake is not stuck at all. I'm trying not to scratch the surface because I don't want it to, you know, ruin the non-stick. And then here I'm just kind of pulling away from the edges. Sometimes a little drip of the batter might kind of, you know, stick a little bit. So I just kind of do that to make sure. Then I'm going to still use my oven mitts because the metal of the pan is still hot and I don't want to burn myself. So the plate upside down and flip it. And comes out really nicely. So, ta-da! Now I'm just going to put some powdered sugar on it to, oh that's hot, make it look pretty. Now usually when I do this, I do it on the edge of the sink, and then I'll kind of spin it and do the powdered sugar so the mess goes into the sink. But because I'm not very good at figuring out an angle to film that at there, I'm just going to do it here. So I just put some wax paper down here to kind of catch the little pieces that are going to probably fall all over. And you don't really need a lot of powdered sugar, but it, you know, just adds a little tiny bit more sweetness and looks really pretty. So next I'll have to make my chocolate Kahlua chocolate chip cake for you. That's another fan favorite. Oh, Danielle's sitting here ready to pounce. Danielle's dad was already in here a minute ago. He's like, hey, can I cut a piece out of this cake? I'm like, it's not even out of the pan yet.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I can't even see your face.
Oh, I know, because I'm just showing the powdered sugar now.
I'm ready.
Wait. So here it is. Isn't that pretty? And so easy, right? Now, I personally like this cake better cold. A lot of the family likes it better hot. I mean, it's awesome hot too, but for me, it's good even for breakfast. It's amazing with milk or tea or coffee. It's just awesome all the time. I used to always make this for Grant's Boy Scouts before they leave on a road trip because it travels really well too. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and
I touched the dog. I'm ready to eat it.
so I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. It'd be great if you'd subscribe if you want to see more recipes.
I'm trying to hide.
And you don't have to hide.
I don't want to be in it.
But why not?
Because I don't want to.
You just want the cake.
Yes.
Anyway, so thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day or evening wherever you are.